How you doing? Welcome to another weekly edition of the Best Way to Smoke Weekly News, sponsored by none other than this glue guard. He's Cali Guard, and I promise you, you won't be drinking spit.
No drip lip.
Bottom line.
Hey, look, before we get started, we want to give a special shout out to like the responders and the people helping with the fires that's going on in LA right now. From Pasadena to Altadena, everybody that's doing work to try to help things get better. You know what I mean?
Shouts out to you people.
For sure.
And it's being presented to you by none other than Serpo Jr.
Big J.
Yep. And federal court reaffirms government cannot strip citizens of gun rights for cannabis use. Now, if y'all all know, you know what I'm saying, I'm pro-cannabis, I'm pro-2A. You know what I'm saying? And once they start talking about legalization of cannabis,
right.
Something else gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't own a firearm or something like that and be on a controlled substance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In a decision published, you know what I'm saying, recently, the U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals reaffirmed that the federal government violated the Second Amendment right in its prosecution of Patrick Darnell Daniels Jr. for allegedly possessing a firearm because he also consumed cannabis.
Right.
Now, this is the case of an individual, you know what I'm saying, who consumes cannabis and who also had, you know what I'm saying, a valid, you know what I'm saying, gun license.
Right.
One was stripped and one was violated, this, that, and the other, boom, boom, boom. But the government, you're wrong.
Right.
Judges from the Southern District of Mississippi Court unanimously ruled that the government's prosecution of Daniels Jr. for violating 18 U.S.C. 922G, Section 3, which makes it a felony for an unlawful user of a controlled substance to possess a firearm. And that is inconsistent with the U.S.'s history and tradition of gun regulation, and it fails to test the Supreme Court establishment, you know what I'm saying, provided by the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association.
Right.
So, if you're a cannabis user, cannabis advocate, you can still, you know what I'm saying, enjoy your 2A rights.
Facts. That's important, for sure. So, you know, like we talked about the fires, you know, the cannabis industry relief effort underway as wildfires rage across Los Angeles area. Los Angeles area cannabis operators are prioritizing the safety and security of their employees. The relief effort amid historic wildfires raging across the region and have killed more than 10 people, displacing countless others, and declining thousands of homes and businesses. While it's far too early to assess potential damages, it's a lot of damages. We done seen it. You know what I mean? In one of the world's largest regulated marijuana markets, a handful of retailers in Malibu and around Altadena are in a near evacuation areas. According to maps published by the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection and cross-referenced with store locations. Nearly all the city's marijuana retailers are located away from the coastal areas, largely because of local opt-outs. That means like the citizens don't want the dispensaries there. You know what I'm saying? A commonality that ultimately shielded them from the path of some of the fires. According to the California Department of Cannabis Control, the state's chief regulator, only 2 cannabis retail licenses are in Malibu, and none are in the coastal neighborhood of the Pacific Palisades. Altadena, another hotspot of wildfire activity and evacuations located in the unincorporated Los Angeles County in the San Gabriel Valley, also had no licensed retailers and agencies told by MJ Biz. So, you know, that's good for them, cannabis companies and stuff like that, though. But, this thing is just it's affecting everybody in so many ways. You know what I mean?
A quick question: did they say somewhere up in there that like the dispensaries or the cannabis dispensaries that's within location, like the community didn't want them there?
Right. That's what that
You know what I'm
meant.
saying? And excuse me, and those dispensaries, they actually like are providing like some type of assistive service to the community.
Right.
You know what I'm
Surrounded.
saying? So to that community, those people who like oppose that, you need to give those, you know what I'm saying, dispensaries a
Everything.
direct apology and thanks. You know what I'm saying? Because you did not want them there. They stayed there. Now you're in turmoil and they're helping and they still there. Right?
No. The dispensaries are not in them areas and stuff. It's
But the neighboring
dispensaries
area.
from the from the surrounding areas that's coming in to help.
Yeah, his point is they're helping though.
Right.
Yeah,
they're
that's the
helping.
that's
Yeah.
the major point. You know what I'm saying? And y'all didn't want them there.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So shouts out to them
For
dispensaries.
sure. For sure.
Yep. What's going on in New Jersey? You know what I'm saying? Check this one. Just about 74%, you know what I'm saying, of the annual adult use cannabis licenses in New Jersey have been awarded to majority minority-owned businesses, according to the data, you know what I'm saying, from the State Cannabis Regulatory Commission.
Right.
The agency notes that while just 10% of the businesses in the state are Black-owned, 17% of cannabis licenses went to Black-owned entities, and 13% of cannabis licenses was awarded to Asian-owned businesses, despite comprising only, 10% of state businesses. As of late November last year, you know what I'm saying, there were roughly about like 338 cannabis business licenses permitted, permits currently in operation. 251 of those for adult use, 87 for medical purposes, according to the CRC. Now, for the first quarter, the adult use market generated, you know what I'm saying, somewhat over 700 million, you know what I'm saying, in cash, and just about 66 million medical.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just over 2 million in excise tax, you know what I'm saying, for social equity programs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So New Jersey is popping off with the dispensaries for
everything.
the minority groups.
Right. Right. And pushing it into them equity programs. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Back to Cali. You know what I mean? Like, but there are going to be cannabis businesses that are going to be affected by this, though. You feel me? Los Angeles cannabis operators face exponential losses from the fires as existing issues compound the hurt. Southern California marijuana businesses facing direct effects of the latest round of wildfires will yet again have to deal with the challenges that come with limited insurance coverage, smoke damage, and evacuations that will likely compound the sector's existing financial pressures. So, you know, we all know, we talk about it all the time on here, though. You know what I mean? A lot of the things that should be provided to the businesses in the cannabis industry that's not. You know what I mean? And this is a telltale of why it should kind of be that way, though. You feel me? According to the local outlet, the Pacific Palisades fire, along with the Eden, Hearst, and the Woodley fires, has burned more than 15,000 acres, driven by the hurricane-force winds, and triggered widespread evacuation with mandatory orders stretching from the Pacific Coast Highway to Topanga Canyon Boulevard towards Interstate 405. Many delivery services have suspended operations to keep drivers off the road, while some retailers continue to operate without clear emergency protocol. Cannabis companies could face exponential losses to other businesses don't during disasters, in large part because restricted insurance options and prohibitive expensive premiums. So, you know what I mean? It's still definitely going to be an effect that's going to kind of hit the certain businesses in the cannabis industry hard, especially in them areas. Man, it's real out here.
Yep. Minnesota top cannabis officials resign. The director of Minnesota Office of Cannabis Management, Shirlene Breener, is resigning the agency's general counsel, while Eric Tubell will be serving as interim director. What does this mean? Minnesota Office of Cannabis Management Director Charlene Bruen resigned recently as Eric Tubell, you know what I'm saying, OCM General Counsel will serve as interim director. In a statement, Governor Tim Walz said Bruen has gotten Minnesota's emerging cannabis industry off the ground in a safe and responsible way. And Tubell will ensure continued growth and success as we work to make Minnesota competitive in this new industry. It's no easy task to build a regulatory framework around an entirely new industry from scratch. But under Charlene's leadership, Minnesota led the foundation for a successful marketplace for years to come. I am excited to welcome Eric Tubell as the new interim director. Eric is a proven, effective leader who brings legal expertise and deep understanding of state government and regulatory affairs. So, since, you know what I'm saying, prominent individual such as Charlene, you know what I'm saying, who pushed the cannabis industry forward,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, with thumbs up, meaning like regulatories, all that is in place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And for her to resign and for the backup to come in to fully back what she started
Keep it
and
pushing.
to keep that pushing, thumbs up to Minnesota.
For sure.
Yep, and that's your Wiki King, Serpo Jr.
Big J.
Baby.